At face value, the soldier in Team Fortress 2 may look like a fairly straightforward, easy class. You point and click and spam rockets at your enemies. That's probably what you see from the average soldier in a typical public match. If you've actually played the soldier, you'll realize that there really is much more to it than just that. The soldier is a highly versatile class in Team Fortress 2, the most versatile in fact. You can deal damage in most any range and help in pretty much any case, be it pushing forward in an offensive or holding your ground defending an objective. This is how not to be noob as soldier in Team Fortress 2. In Team Fortress 2, most classes have an ideal loadout that you want to use. The same goes for the soldier. The ideal loadout that you should use if you want to become a better soldier is the default rocket launcher, shotgun, and equalizer. The rocket launcher is your primary weapon. It's what dishes out the most damage in your arsenal. The rockets travel at a relatively slow speed and will take longer to reach its destination the farther away it is. With damage spread off, at point blank range, the rocket launcher does 112 damage. At maximum range, a direct hit does 48 damage. In a realistic scenario, you'll be doing ideally anywhere from upwards of 70 to over 90 damage with a well-placed rocket. Other rocket launchers such as the Black Box or Liberty Launcher are more like crutches for players. They help a bad soldier but keep a soldier from becoming any better. The shotgun is your secondary weapon. It dishes out nearly as much damage as the scout's primary, the scattergun. It should be used to finish off enemies when you are low or out of ammo. At point blank range, the shotgun does 90 damage. In ideal range, the shotgun will do anywhere from 70 to 80 damage from a perfect shot. The equalizer is your melee weapon and should rarely be actually used as such. With the equalizer equipped, you'll gain speed and deal more damage as you take damage. This aids the soldier in a quick retreat if you're on the verge of dying. However, at full health, the equalizer only does 33 damage, and while drawn, you cannot call for a medic, and a medic cannot heal you. This is why the equalizer should be used more as a utility more than a weapon.
Now I can't tell you how many times I've seen some bad soldier do this. Look at him. He's not even getting anywhere. And then he'll probably follow up by taking out his equalizer. But what he's already done is he'd killed himself before he's even gotten to the front. What he should have done was opened up his console and typed in kill.
Rocket jumping is a key fundamental you must learn to become a good soldier. It allows you to traverse the battlefield at speeds much faster than your typical running speed. It also allows you to jump to positions that most other classes wouldn't be able to reach and gives you a vertical height advantage over your enemies, which makes it easier to dispatch them. To rocket jump, all you need to do is aim the rocket launcher at any particular angle to the ground close to you. Press mouse 1, space, and control virtually all at the same time. This will propel you in the opposite direction in which you fired the rocket. There are 3 basic rocket jumps. The vertical jump allows you to reach extremely high heights and can possibly make you hit the skybox or roof of the map. You do this by aiming a rocket directly below you. The horizontal rocket jump is where you fire a rocket behind you in such a fashion that the explosion propels you forward over great distances. A wall rocket jump can seem a bit trickier than the other 2, but it's actually just as simple in reality. Like a horizontal jump, you angle a rocket behind you, but instead of at the ground, you aim at a nearby wall. A wall jump propels you with more speed than a traditional rocket jump and allows you to travel even more distance. As you get a handle on rocket jumping and keep practicing, rocket jumping will become second nature and you'll be able to do it at any moment that you want. Here's a good example of me using rocket jumping to my advantage. Here I jump into Red's last spawn room where I find this guy camping. Then I spot this soldier on that ledge over there. I wait as my medic overheals me. Then I jump in, pick up an easy kill, take out their teleporter, and pick up another domination. most efficient way to get kills is by aiming and shooting rockets at your enemy's feet. The explosion and splash damage the rocket creates makes it hard for the enemy to escape taking at least some amount of damage. Believe it or not, becoming good at aiming rockets and making good predictions of where your enemy's feet will be isn't easy, and there's plenty of skill to achieve in just that aspect as a soldier. As you play and rank up experience as a soldier, you'll gain a good feel for the rocket launcher's slow speed and will be able to land rockets on your enemy's feet efficiently. But as you're getting there, remember, no one is psychic, so if your enemies often don't go where you predicted them to, don't be discouraged. On the off chance that you land a direct hit to your enemy's feet and he is running towards you, they will launch upwards into the air, where you can follow up with another air shot rocket or quickly switch to your shotgun and kill them. This is called juggling your opponent and is highly effective when it's possible. Also, jumping to gain additional height when firing rockets can help aiming at people's feet and the ground. Jumping increases the surface area of the ground that you can see, making it easier to place your rockets. However, do not jump up and down all the time. This makes you an easy juggling target by other soldiers. Naturally, the heavy will be your easiest target, seeing as it's the slowest class in the game. Little to no prediction is required, especially when a heavy has his minigun spinned up. However, if he is shooting at you, you have very little time to kill him before he kills you. This is where taking cover in between shots can help with the heavy's high damage per second. If this heavy wasn't Ubered, I would have been able to finish him off with the combined damage of my rockets and shotgun. You can see me do this the next chance I get, engaging him and his medic. As you train to become a better soldier, engaging scouts will become one of your biggest challenges. You may even come to believe they are overpowered in some scenarios or maps. Opposite the heavy, the scout is the fastest running class in the game. He can run fast enough to dodge your bullets and jump high enough to escape your splash damage. In all honesty, there aren't too many specific tips that I can give when handling scouts. However, I can say this. You can wait for a scout to double jump. Based on their second jump, you can predict where the scout will land, which is where you should place your next rocket. Also, if your aim is good, switching to your shotgun to finish off a scout is a more efficient method than trying to land multiple rockets. Personally, my shotgun skills aren't the best, so I tend to rely on my rocket launcher anyways. And also, if you're feeling extra ballsy and your opponent's double jump pattern is predictable enough, you can airshot a scout before he even finishes his double jump. I myself didn't get a handle on taking on scouts until I started practicing on deathmatch servers like you see here. In most situations, the Demo Man is a much more efficient class at taking down sentries and sentry nests. However, there are many cases where you can take advantage of the rocket launcher's properties and your skills to take down a sentry. It takes exactly 3 direct hits from your rocket launcher at any range to destroy a lone level 3 sentry. You can also replace your last rocket with a shotgun shot instead. The shotgun won't work at longer ranges though. It is impossible to destroy a level 3 sentry while an engineer is repairing it by yourself. This is where help from the rest of your team works. A level 2 sentry only requires 2 rockets, and the same goes for a level 1 sentry and dispenser. You can also move in and out of cover to dish out plenty of damage at the enemy sentry while not taking much damage yourself. Critical rockets do not do any extra damage towards sentries. A Kritzkrieg is useless in taking out another sentry. Here, you can see me actually take out a level 3 sentry while it's being repaired. This was possible because the enemy engineer wasn't very smart and positioned his dispenser right in my line of sight for easy picking. It's also a very bad idea to rocket jump in on a sentry. Every hit scan weapon, or basically every weapon that shoots bullets, has a knockback force. The sentry gun, being a hit scan weapon, has plenty of knockback force with its high rate of fire. This makes efforts of rocket jumping towards a sentry or in the line of sight of a sentry futile. Surprisingly, the same goes for a level 1 sentry. Even though a level 1 has a much slower fire rate than the level 3, it still boasts just as much knockback force. Air shots are an extremely hard but extremely rewarding move to pull off. Hitting an airborne target with your slow-moving rockets is no easy job, and in reality isn't worth it in a lot of cases. Enemies can airstrafe or dodge left and right in midair to try and dodge any airshot attempts. If you aren't confident in airshotting, I wouldn't recommend going out and trying to every chance you get. Instead, maneuver out of the way of any damage that will likely be coming from that airborne opponent and place a rocket where you predict the enemy will land. Once again, I didn't get a handle on airshotting until I started practicing in deathmatch servers. However, I'm still not a reliable airshotter. And also, once again, no one is psychic, and you should definitely not feel discouraged if you miss a lot of airshots. As any class in the game, you need to know when to throw in the towel and retreat when you have the chance. Don't force yourself into impossible, dire situations. You're just wasting your valuable life that could be used to defend or attack the objective. As a soldier, rocket jumping can save your life and can really help making a hasty retreat. Turning off your view models or the drawings of the weapons on your screen can help you focus more on your crosshair and aim. Turning them off also grants a less restricted field of view now that the view model is no longer in the way. The decision to turn them off is entirely based on personal preference and will likely feel very awkward on the initial switch. Using a crosshair switcher can also help with aiming as a soldier, using 2 different crosshairs for the rocket launcher and shotgun. You can customize your view models and crosshairs by using the TF2 Mate config generator, which will be linked in the description. To properly help charge Uber for a medic as a soldier, wait for the medic to overheal you first. Damage yourself by firing a rocket at a nearby wall or ground. Always keep your health above 200 so if you're surprise attacked, you still have full health. Well, that's just about everything I can say about the soldier. Just keep practicing and you'll get better over time. I hope I helped you out or taught you something in at least some way. The best of luck to you and your endeavors as playing the soldier. Oh, and I swear, I'm not actually this tall all the time.